Hello. I just wanted to get on here and show you guys real quick how I put my nails on. I don't think I've ever done this. I really don't have a good setup for my camera here yet. I need to find something to hold my phone better. So first of all, I just go through, and I've already done this, and just push my cuticles back. You can use this metal cuticle pusher or just one of these plastic ones. And just go around, and if you have any little bit of residue left from the prior nail there. Then I take my buffer block, which this one's all used out, and I use number 2 for the buff, and just go through both sides of each nail. This just helps rough it up and helps adhere a little better to your nail. It's especially important if you have oily nails. Then you're going to take your alcohol prep pad and just go over each nail. And again, I've already pushed my cuticles back and buffed all these. Also, I usually do the pads of my fingers too, just so I'm not getting any oils on the strips as I'm handling them. And then also, I open this up and put my scraps in it while have all your extra pieces there of garbage. So, and as you do them, you'll know which one fits your nails better. I know these little pinky ones are too small for my nails, so I'll save them for my toes. They work good for my little toes. And then these great big ones are too wide for my thumbnails. So I'll just take those off and tuck them back in the bag. And this is the bag you're gonna wanna use to reseal them in. Color Street only guarantees them for one-time use, but we found that you can put them back in these bags because it's pharmacy grade, so it doesn't let air in, and then just seal them at the end with your straightening iron. Or some ladies put them in the freezer in a baggie. So I know this one, I do this one, I use this for my pinky, and then I flip it and use this side for my pointer finger. So you just peel the clear off. And again, everyone does them a little different. This is how I do mine. Then I take this little silver tab and I gently pull it there where it's scored. And then I peel the whole nail off. And after I pull it off, I just take my scissors and I cut it in half there. You want to line it up without getting it on your cuticle though. And then just rub it down good. These are pretty hardy. If you need to reposition it, you can pull it back up. Initially there, it can't sit there too long or it will store to adhere. But see how that one's just a tiny little bit too short. So what I do is I'll pull it up and I'll just tug it just real gently and stretch it. Okay, so here's 2 options on getting the excess off. You can just take your thumbnail and go right underneath it to score it and then pull the extra off. Or I do on my shorter nails, like my pointer finger here. I'll take the sharp end of this metal cuticle pusher and just go real gently underneath the edge of my nail. This Mojave turquoise, it's a pretty marble color too. I hope that's staying in focus there. So out of that one strip, I did my pinky and my pointer finger. My nails, I'm still working on getting them a little longer here. Then I know that this one is next for my ring fingers. Peel the clear off, gently pull the tab. And I found by doing this, by cutting it in half first, then you're not have the chance of wrinkling it on the ends of your nails. Some will just put it on one, perforate it, and then flip it over to the other one. I'm a little too clumsy for that one, so. And then I'll just do both ring fingers with the same strip. I can get my whole manicure done out of just 5 strips. Again, if it's too just shy, a couple of my nails are a little wider on one side versus the other. And again, you can either take your thumbnail, or I find it's just a little easier to go over and just pull that off. Rub it back down. What way do you guys prefer? Do you use something to perforate underneath, or do you just use your thumbnail, or do you just foul them off? Okay, and then I have the 4 strips left on this one. Excuse me. So I'll usually go to this next one. Sometimes, depending on the strip, if they're a little bit smaller, I'll use that next to that 3rd biggest one. It's so nice out. I have some more rubber mulch in my back of my car to go. A friend told me about their red rubber mulch. It has a 10-year warranty on it. So we're going to try that, because we're putting the regular mulch in every year and spending a fortune, and plus all the time. Now, I'm not sure about the fading. I hope it doesn't fade. The coloring, at least. So I'm going to show you on that one too. So again, so we're going to look backwards here, looking through this camera. A lot of times I will use my thumbnail, but as you can see, I just ripped mine off short by accident. So, and then here, I'll show you on this one. I really like the metal cuticle pusher for this reason. If you end up with a strip that's too wide, or if you're out of the smaller strips, you can just simply take this, perforate along the edge, and then just gently pull the extra off. You can also use it to tuck it down in there, the sides of your nails to feel a little better. I just realized I never did my other pinky and pointer finger. So we're almost there. That is such a pretty color though. Can you see that? I wish it wouldn't have sold out so fast. I do have, I believe 2 more on hand in my cash and carry if anyone's interested. And again, I'll just stretch it a little bit there if it's a little too thin. As long as you pull them just gently, you can kind of stretch them a little bit side to side. Now, if your nails are too wide, you can also turn them sideways. So like my thumbnail, if it was too wide for that one, you could just turn it that way and then perforate it on either side. And I'm a better right-handed at this than I am lefty. So it's never quite as neat. But also you can take just nail clippers, just get the very edge of that. And again, this is just for the rough layering of them, and then I'll go back through and clean them up and foul. But you can see all this extra here that needs fouled down. Okay, just for the sake of saving a little bit of time, this off. And what this does is it leaves you this rounded edge and this rounded edge. So when you cut it off, you have two rounded edges. And I found that this thumb is wider for whatever reason, so I'll use this one on this thumb always. The one end is just a little bit wider. Okay, you just want to make sure you're rubbing everything down. Now, if I have the time, I usually will let these set for 10 or so minutes before I file them, just so the tips can adhere a little better. If you ever have trouble with them chipping on the tips, try just letting them one for 10 or 15 minutes before you try filing them down. And again, you see, just perforate that and then pull it away. This is good too, where there's not a lot of excess there. Because it's sometimes hard with your nail to get in there and get it. So yeah, these medical cuticle pushers, I think I got them for $2 maybe at Five Below. Maybe $3 at the very most. And then just to fit these in a little easier, you can try feeding them down through and have them sit regular, but I'm not patient enough for that. So I'll just break them up into twos. Slide them down on in. And then just go and seal that with my